In this video, I want to show you one of my favorite ways to do date filtering. There are a lot of ways we can filter by date. We can use the query editor to filter by date. We can create DAX formulas, either measures or columns, to help us create date filters. We could even use the slicer visual that will allow us to put in date so we can have a range. But if I want to create an experience where I could share a dashboard and people who are looking at the dashboard do not have to do anything for it to be relative, then filters is a great way to do this. And so is DAX measures, by the way. But let's go ahead and take a look at doing this with filters. So I'm looking at payables information, all the invoices by their due date and with the vendor name here. In this sample data, all the due dates are way out in the future. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell it, show us everything that's due in the next 275 weeks. And this is always going to be an ever-changing number. It's going to continue to look forward out there for 275 weeks and display. So every time it refreshes, it'll get the latest data based off of whatever today's system date, whatever the real date is. So what I'm going to do with this visual highlighted, notice down here in the filters for the visual. Now, I could also do this with the page and the report level filter as well. One of my options is due date. So I'm going to click on that. Let me scroll up a bit. And by default, it's going to show the filter type is basic filtering, which is where I could select dates. And that's not going to be dynamic. That's not going to change. That's going to require manual intervention each time. So I don't want to do that. I could perhaps use advanced filtering, but it won't be dynamic in that I say, go out and look 275 weeks. So I'm going to choose this relative date filtering. And now I have an option in the last, in the next, or in this. I'm going to choose in the next, and I'm going to change this to 275. And now I could choose weeks from my drop-down list. And I'll apply that filter. And now I'm seeing just the vendors and just the invoices that have balances due within the next 275 weeks. Pretty simple, huh? I hope this helps.